Hi, welcome back to Talk Tuesday. I'm Susan B. Lochocki, running for President of the United States with the Green Party as a write-in in some states. This is Talk Tuesday, Part 2. I'm reading from the famous JFK inaugural speech from 1961, and we're about, I think, halfway through, although it might go into 3 videos, I'm not sure. I'll let you know. So, we just finished up the talk about United we stand, divided we fall. And now to those new states whom we welcome to the ranks of the free, we pledge our word that one form of colonial control shall not have passed away merely to be replaced by a far more iron tyranny. We shall not always expect to find them supporting our view, but we shall always hope to find them strongly supporting their own freedom. And to remember that, in the past, those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside. So basically, these are countries that have decided to go to freedom, or I should say, to stay a, I guess, capitalist society rather than go to communism. That they need to look out for themselves, that they're welcome to the sort of free world community, and that the promise of replacing the colonial control that they had with a new form of control was not to be. Although I have to admit that, I have friends all over the world, and some of them say that there's still tyranny out there, even though they're on their own now, no longer under colonial control. But that's an issue for a different time and a different conversation. But we do support, so I guess I somehow support some of what's said in this, supporting personal freedoms and the ability to stay a free country is always good. Yeah. So then on to the next paragraph. To those people in the huts and villages of half the globe struggling to break the bonds of mass misery, we pledge our best efforts to help them help themselves for whatever period is required. Not because the communists may be doing it, not because we seek their votes, but because it is right. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. Again, this is my United States. 100% agree with this. We need to be helping the poor, and we need to do it now. He does mention that he doesn't know how long it'll take, but I think we're at a place where it could really, we can take care of this issue pretty quickly. But we have to have people working together. So that is definitely a place where we are probably not doing 100% our part. But yeah. To our sister republics south of our border, we offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds. Excuse me. In a new alliance for progress, to assist free men and free governments in casting off the chains of poverty. But this peaceful revolution of hope cannot become the prey of hostile powers. Let all our neighbors know that we shall join with them to oppose aggression or subversion anywhere in the Americas. And let every other power know that the hemisphere intends to remain the master of his own home. So, this is simply stating that, again, we want to be good neighbors. And at the time it was the Cold War, so he specifically sets, the free men and the free governments, as opposed to the communist governments that were sort of on the other side. See, again, it's this like setting up the other. There's always an other. And until we stop this other business, we will just constantly have wars. So, I suppose that's why a lot of what I read, I have questions with, because there's always this other. And I don't get it. It's not me. It's not my policies. I'm pro-diversity. There is no other. And yes, every country should be the master of their own country, but I actually don't like the word master. So we should be the, let's see what word would work better there. And let every other power know that this hemisphere intends to remain the leader of their own house. A leader of their own house. Yeah. A leader is better than master. Yeah. So, let me move on. Thanks for putting up with me. It's a long speech. So, anyways. To that world assembly of sovereign states, the United Nations, our last best hope in an age where the instrument of war have far outpaced the instruments of peace, we renew our pledge of support to prevent it from becoming merely a forum for invective, to strengthen its shield of the new and the weak, and to enlarge the area in which its right may run. So, unfortunately, I don't know. The UN is great. I really like the concept. I don't know if it's fully working the way it should either. I don't know if it has not become exactly the forum that it discusses here. It's unfortunate. But, it's doing its part. It's clear the U.S. is trying to work with it. I would need to get more involved deep into the government to find out really what's going on and how effective it is. But I think it still could be doing more. There's lots of jobs there too for people if they want to get involved. The UN is always needing helpers, I suppose. but so is the U.S. Okay. Finally, to those nations who would make themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge, but a request, that both sides begin anew the quest for peace, before the dark powers of destruction unleashed by science engulf all of humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction. 100% I agree with this. This is my USA. We need to try peace. We need to sit down and start some negotiations. We need peace. We need to come together. We need to be pro-diversity and learn from each other. Every country, every man, every woman, every child, we all have gifts, we all have knowledge, and we can all share it, and we can all learn from each other. And that's a little bit what's happening on the internet, you know, with people coming together from all over. We are learning a lot of things together at various times differently, but we slowly will have a lot of the same knowledge, which is wonderful. I think, you know, being online is a good thing. I think it's a lot of self-learning that goes on. It's quite a good tool. Unless you're spending your whole time just playing video games. That's something else. But if you're searching for truth and information online, it's a good learning tool, mind expanding, and it brings unity in diversity because there's lots of different opinions out there. So I like this equalizer we have. And yeah, maybe it'll help that we don't get into a planned or accidental self-destruction of humanity. And I guess with that too, we should also think about the global environmental problems right now. I think when we were going slower and we weren't driving so much and moving about so much, I think the earth was healing a bit, but now we're moving all back into our normal mode, and I don't think that that's the best one. You know, I don't think getting back to full swing like we were, a full moving economy is the best one. I think something slower is needed. There's more and more robots coming out. More and more unemployment is going to be here. We need to shorten the work week and try some new things. But yeah, because you know, if we kill the planet, we're going to also really actually not be killing the planet, we'll be killing ourselves and maybe the animals on it and other living creatures, but the planet will still be here. We are not so powerful that we can do that. So anyways, let's try not to planned or accidentally self-destruct, okay? Then we dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. So we need to stay strong defensively is what they're talking about, or what he's talking about. And I agree with that. We want to stay fit. You know, we want to be well educated, well educated. I think that's the best thing. And I don't know if we are right now. So that's one of my things. I really want to start up some educational programs to help us get to a good educational level, and so that we are there, that we can make good decisions and be helpful to one another and be pro-diversity. Again, getting rid of that us versus them, Democrat versus Republican. If there's a third party or more, then it's not us against them. It's we the people. Wait, where was I? There we go. But neither can two great powerful groups of nations take comfort from our present course. Both sides overburdened by the cost of modern weapons. Both rightly alarmed by the steady spread of the deadly atom, yet both racing to alter that uncertain balance of terror that stays the hand of mankind's final war. So yeah, anybody living at that time knows what he's talking about, and that was the the war, the Cold War, and trying to keep a balance of nuclear weapons around the world. Luckily, we stood down, and we're standing down from that, but we're still well supplied. So we need to. I'll look into that when I'm president. See what I can do about